Hi, Pastor Dale here. Thanks for joining me for our devotional time today. We're glad that you're a part of this. And today we're in Israel. We're at Gideon Spring, and I want to talk to you a little bit about Gideon. In the book of Judges, chapter 6, there's this amazing story of a time in Israel's history when they were impoverished, the Bible says, by the Midianites. The Midianites would come in and raid them and take their food from them. And Israel was facing a really hard time. They needed to be delivered from this situation. And there was a man living in this area of Israel during this time by the name of Gideon. And one day Gideon was up in a cave. He was threshing out his wheat. He was living in fear because he was concerned that the Midianites were going to come and take his food from him and from his family. And there in that situation, God came and spoke to him and said, "Gideon, you're my man. You're a mighty man of valor." And it was in that moment that Gideon received a calling from God. And that calling from God actually prepared him to actually do something for God. And so there's this moment that God sees something in Gideon that Gideon cannot see in himself. God calls him a mighty man of valor, and Gideon sees himself as a weak man. I just want you to know today that there are times in life when maybe we see ourselves one way and don't realize what God sees in us. God sees far more in you than you'll ever imagine. You are a mighty person that can be used by God, but you have to hear His voice calling you and saying, "You know what? Come up higher. There's more that I can do in your life." Gideon heard the call, he responded, and he was able to be used by God to change a nation. You can be used by God in a mighty way too.